if we can get it. Yes, there we go. Nice one, my bro. So, guys, look, let's get this call rocking and rolling. My name is Jermaine. For those who don't know me, I've been a part of this trading space now, coming close to a decade, actually. I normally say 7 to 8 years, but I'm just going to call it close to a decade. And, guys, I absolutely love this journey. If you are new on this call and you've never seen the type of information we're going to show you today, don't worry. Don't worry. We got you. We got you. We got the education. And we've got the trade ideas, we've got the Omni app. All of these sophisticated pieces of technology are going to help you to get to where you need to get to on your trading journey. So, guys, look, let me just make sure that you guys can hear me loud and clear. I should have done that first and foremost. Just type a number one in the chat room if you can hear me loud and clear. All right, all right, all right. Let's get rocking and rolling. So, guys, look, I'm always super excited when it comes to this topic. Okay. So excuse me if you're feeling a little bit down today, a little bit woozy, a little bit wobbly. I'm here to bring your energy up because this topic that we're going to be discussing today has not only made millionaires, it's made billionaires. It's literally the thing that rich people do that we don't know about. Okay. So this investing world, this Forex world, this crypto world, and the stocks and shares world, this is what you're a part of right now. Okay, so we're gonna have some amazing information on this call today. We have some guest speakers on this call today, and what I want to do, I really want to just get this rocking and rolling out the gate. Normally, we would see who's new on the call and all that sort of stuff, but I want to really get this call rocking and rolling out the gate so that you guys get as much information as possible. Now, I need you to all have a pen and a pad because the information that you're going to get today, yes, this call is recorded, but it's nothing better than actually making notes. Okay. I see all my coaches and mentors when they're on the call with people that's earning more money than them. I see them taking extensive notes. In fact, not even more money, to be honest with you. I see them as being coachable and teachable, and I see them taking notes regardless of the information that's being shared on this call. So, guys, don't ignore the fact that you need a pen and a pad to make some notes. So, guys, look, let's get this call really rocking and rolling. And I want to bring up the first person that's going to be teaching you, educating you on this call. So when I say educator, I'm pretty sure you know who's going to be on this call, sharing some amazing information with you. This is someone that I've met on this journey, someone that I've seen in the chats at first as a phenomenal trader, sharing trade ideas. And guys, I want you to understand something right here. I need you to understand something right here. Do you know how nerve-wracking it is to share a trade idea with with a WhatsApp group, knowing that you could get it wrong? Okay, knowing that you could get it wrong. And then you know what? Taking it to another level and sharing trade ideas with the entire company on the TNT app. Guys, this is a big deal. This is a major deal. So I don't want, when this gentleman comes up to share his knowledge, I don't want you sleeping and getting confused with Love Island and should I be doing this? Guys, I need you to have 100% focus on this call right now because these are the gems. Let me let you into a little secret. These are the gems that allow you to start making 3 to 5 to 7 figures, whether it's daily, whether it's monthly, whether it's yearly. We're going to make some money. So, guys, look, I want to bring up none other than my brother, Silver Surfer. JT, are you there, my bro?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me and see me?
I can hear you loud and clear, man. You're pinned. We're ready for this knowledge. Don't wait. Give me 1 second. Let me get my notepad and pen too. Yeah, because I ain't missing a trick with you, bro.
Eh,
Yeah.
I've got my notepad and pen here ready for the next part.
There we go. There we go. All right, I'm gonna hand it over to you and get out of the way. Nice one, bro. Take it over.
Cheers. Thank you so much, bro. And good evening, everybody. I hope you are well, had a good day. And if you're ready, in fact, actually, before you're ready, drop some sevens in the chat for Jermaine because Jermaine is always here serving us as well. And I'm sure he's going to be dropping a few gems later on as well. So, yeah, appreciate you there, bro. And what I want to focus on today is confirmations. So when trades get called out on the app, or when we get the bonus signals in the groups and things like that as well, what we need to start to do is actually get in the habit of checking the charts, whether it's on TradingView, whether it's on your MetaTrader 5 or your MT5. Get in the habit of checking the charts. Get in the habit of confirming that what you see is about to happen, that it's the right time to make that happen as well. So what I'm going to do, hopefully I should be able to share my screen. Actually, are you able to make me co-host, bro? Just to be able to see my screen.
Yeah, let me do that right away.
See, that's what, bro. Sweet. I hope you're all ready for hope you're all ready for this. So if you're ready, put a ready in the chat. Right, let me know when you're ready as well, bro.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I don't think I am
Yes. Yeah, sweet.
co-host. Oh, you're co-host now. Perfect.
Yeah. Cheers. Nice one, bro. Okay. Hopefully you should all be able to see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen, please. If you can see my screen.
Yep, we can see your screen.
Sweet. Nice. All right, then. Now, I've popped onto TradingView because on our Silver Surfer sessions that we have on the Tuesday, Thursday morning at 6 a.m. UK time, we have been focused on GBP USD for a while. Well, since we've started, and you can see some of the markups here. Now, what I wanted to do was just to remind everybody of what happened last week. It was on the news that there was a fire down by where I used to live near Heathrow in Hayes, where there was a fire at the power plant and Heathrow Airport was closed for 24 hours. And I saw that and I thought to myself, let me check the charts. Now, when I checked the charts, this was before the weekend, so this was Thursday, which was about here. And I said for those that was on the session that for those that wanted to get in could get in early as a market execution. Otherwise, there would have been a sell stop. And you can see from that news, this candle represents what happened that day. The value of the pound dropped because of the pandemonium at Heathrow. Now, the reason why it dropped is because here you can see the first currency pairing is the pound and the second currency pairing is the US dollar. Now, obviously, if it's bad news against the pound, you want to sell. If it's a bad news against the US dollar, you want to buy. In this occasion, we wanted to sell, and you can see that it dropped and dropped and dropped until it hit not just TP1, but also TP2 as well. So for those that took that trade, you'd enjoyed some nice profits on that. Now, in terms of the news, I want us to also get in the habit of going on to Forex Factory. So this is Forex Factory here. If someone could drop the link in the chat for me, please. You can see here, you can see all the dates, all the news on East dates. You can see all these different colors here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get it onto today's first. So today, you can see there was a yellow folder, orange folder, So today it wasn't so bad. Whereas in comparison to yesterday, there's a lot of red folding news on the euro, orange folding news on the euro, red fold on the pound, same with the US dollar. There was a lot of news activity yesterday. So for everyone that was in trades, they would have noticed that it was not going as normal as it would do. Now today was a lot smooth in comparison to today. It's been a lot smoother, and there's not been much news to say anyone had to be careful. So this is what we would call the market being stable. Now, if we go back to trading view, you can see over the course of today, the market has generally been in what we call the price action zone. Now, the reason why we call it price action, you can see that I've got my markings there as well. The price action zone shows where the price has been in and out of on more than one occasion. So you can see that it started from down here, it's come up into that zone, it's then gone up, it's hit the resistance, as we call it, or it's hit the ceiling. And around that time was when we had the news from Heathrow. And from there, the price just dropped back down, back through, straight the way through the price action zone, down to where we set our TP2, and then it's gone back up into that price action zone. Now, there could be one of two things that could happen here. You can see it's indicating that it wants to come down. It could come down and go back up first and come back down. I hope you are following me. If you're all with me so far, drop an AC for an all clear in the chat. Right now, good. So another thing that we use as confirmation is if we look down here, you can see there's a lot of news coming up on both the pound and the US dollar. So this is red folder news, red folder news, red folder news. So tomorrow it might be a little bit unstable. So for those that might be in a trade involving the pound or the US dollar, depending on the time that you are in the trade, just trade with caution. Hope you hear me on that. Now to go to what I was going to say with the next confirmation is the currency strength meter here at livecharts.co.uk. If someone could pop that in the chat for me as well, please. Now, each currency pairing, so you got the euro, pound, US dollar, Australian dollar, Japanese yen, the Swiss franc, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, Norwegian krona, Danish krona. Now, each of these currencies can have a total of 6 bars at most, 1 bar at the least. Now, the more bars you have, the stronger the currency at that time. The weaker, like say here with the Swiss franc, it's a good time to be buying against that market. That currency is currently weak at that time. So, for example, now if we wanted to go in for a trade for the euro against the Swiss franc, the first currency pairing is EUR, followed by CHF. So the first part of that is stronger than the weaker part. So the euro is stronger than the Swiss franc. So you'd want to buy against the Swiss franc. I'll give you a bit of time to write that down for all those that's taking notes. Now, in this instance here, for what we was looking at on the charts, GBP USD, right here, they're showing as parallel, they're showing as balanced, stable against each other, so there won't be much price action currently, although the markets will be opening in the next 5 minutes or so. Now with live charts, there is a feature where you can do auto refresh, but for those who don't have that feature, make sure you constantly refresh every minute or so, and you notice, as you just seen there, the currency strengths might or will change depending on what's going on at that time in the markets. And another thing to note about live charts, it actually represents what's happened in the last few minutes previous, not what's happening right this moment, but what's been happening previously in the last 5, 10, 15 minutes or so in the markets. So if you're in a long distance trade, then this will work really well and complement that a lot. For those who are scalpers, scalping, for those who may not know that term, is the like to be in and out the market within a few minutes. It would be good if you had a couple minutes confirmation going in the same direction that you want it to go first, and refresh, see what's happening. If it correlates, then go for it. Hope you managed to get that there. See, I've just refreshed that there, and hope you noticed that the Danish krona just dropped there as well. So that went down to 1 bar. So this is why you have to make sure we keep on top of refreshing as well. Hope we are all clear on that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to just quickly stop sharing my screen. And Jermaine, I mean, you're free to join in on this part as well. I just thought, anyone that's got any questions on what I've shown so far, you can just drop the question in the chat. Got time for a quick, call it 2 questions, and then pass it over. Anyone got some questions? Give you about a minute or so just to get it in. And if you gained some value and got some knowledge from that as well, drop a 7 in the chat for me. Right. I see the 7s coming in the chat. Right. Now, what I want to do, I actually want to pass this over to an amazing guy, a guy I like to call my bro as well. Big bro, both literally and figuratively. He is, I would say, next educator in rating as well. And he's got a lot of knowledge that he's going to be dropping to you as well on the chart. So please make sure, just like I have, make sure you still have your notepads and pens ready to gain some knowledge as well from none other than my big brother Jermaine. Well, the floor is yours.
Nice one, man. Nice one. Nice one. Guys, look, drop some 777 if you've got some information that you can apply to your day-to-day trading. And you know what? We don't take nobody's time for granted. JT, thank you so much for even sharing and being on these calls. But something that we didn't promote, guys, we do what JT does a 6 a.m. session on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So guys, you don't want to miss that. This is before you're thinking of, taking the kids to school or eating your breakfast and all of that stuff. Jump on for half an hour, at least 30 minutes, so you can get some great information on what's going to be happening on that day. And if there's trades to be taken on that day, obviously we'll take some trades that day as well. So guys, look, thank you so much for being patient with us, especially when we was trying to get it onto allowing him to share his screen and stuff. So guys, look, I'm gonna kick off with a bit of chart work if that's okay. And what I'm gonna do as well, I'm actually gonna hope Silver Surfer doesn't have to go anywhere, because obviously I'm going to bring up some charts, and it will be useful for him to chime in on his knowledge as well, and so we can go back to back. That back to back Kobe and Shaq type move on the chart. So look, stay unmuted, bro. Stay unmuted, man.
I'm still here, bro. Don't worry.
I'm going to bring up Trading View real quick, and I've got two particular charts that I've actually been looking at over a period of time, and I will share my thoughts with these two. So the first one is AUD USD. I'm going to bring that up. Boom, 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 boom. Give me 1 second, guys. I will share my screen. I don't know why I'm not co-host on here. So guys, just bear with me 1 second. I need to be co-host on my other device. Derek, if you are still there, my brother, just make me co-host on my other device. Give me 1 sec, guys.
Would you like me to bring up AUD USD for you in the meanwhile?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it. I'm a co-host on one of this, but I can't make my other device co-host for some reason.
Don't worry, I got you, bro.
I think it has to be the host.
Yeah, I got it up for you here in the meanwhile.
Okay, perfect. So let me see if I can actually share over here. 1 second.
Let me know if you need me to unshare for you quickly.
See if I can share here. Okay, yeah, I can share here, yeah. So I'll share it on this side.
Okay,
cool.
Sweet.
We're gonna go to the small screen. We're gonna go to the small screen, but it's all good. Trading is trading. So guys, one of the charts I'm actually looking at is AUD USD. So it's the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. And I'm going to be looking for a sell-off at some point. Right, so guys, anybody that's been on the call with me before, I've always promoted something. I've always promoted, let the trade come to you. Okay, don't try and be the market. Don't try and be the market, because we are not the market. We are participants in the market. Okay, so I always promote, let the trade come to you. So what do I mean by that? I mean, your best ability at this market, especially as a new person, is to start forecasting. Okay, you want to forecast. You want to actually look at the chart and think to yourself, what is going to happen tomorrow? What is going to happen the next day? Because sometimes being in the market, when you're overreactive, the endorphins that are being released in your body are creating a serious level of excitement, and that works both ways. So let's say for that excitement, you are winning trades. Everybody's jumping up and down, hoorah, hoorah! I just made the bag. I made the bag, bread, yeah, and all that sort of stuff. I've seen it all, and I've probably done it myself, right? So that's all good. But what happens when you have the back-to-back losses? So you lose one trade, and the same excitement, the same endorphins are released to make you go back into the charts again to say, let me see if I can recover. So you go back in again, and then the market does something so weird where it looks like the market and you are having a war. Okay. The market has pinpointed you out of all the millions of traders in the world to mess with your bag. Okay. So the second trade now, you lose that trade. Now you're thinking to yourself, I know Silver Surfer said to me, this is the rules. If I lose two trades in a row, cool off, go and get a drink, come back and reassess and maybe don't trade for the rest of the day. But what you do, what I did, okay, I went back into the market, but not only did I go back into the market, I went back in with a higher lot size. Okay. I went back in with an over leveraged mindset. And what happened then? Again, I would lose three trades in a row. So now I'm so dented in my ego and I'm so dented on the charts that I'm thinking to myself, do you know what? Man, I can do it. I can do it. But this time I'm going to go back in and I'm going to scalp. Because if I scalp, then I'm going to be in and out of the market with a higher lot size and I can potentially make that money back. Guys, if you are a new trader on here, I am telling you your future. I am telling you your future. Okay? It's gonna happen. It's something that we all need to go through. It's gonna happen. Okay. So I always promote having a calm sense of going to the charts, having a calm sort of vision and expectation of what you're going to get out of the charts. And the only way, in my experience, to do that is to forecast. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at this chart, but we're going to look at this chart as if we're not taking the trade today, but we're looking at potentially what could happen next week. Okay. So let me just share my screen. And let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see, bro.
All right, perfect. So if you're wondering what this line is down here, it's basically just an indicator, a MACD indicator. If anybody wants the indicators I use and stuff like that, I can send them out into the groups. There's no problem at all. I do find some of them quite useful. So this is AUD USD. Okay, this is AUD USD. Let's crunch this up a little bit because we're on a small screen. Okay, so when I say allow the charts to come to you, this was a trade that I took quite a while back, actually in Feb, but I would have predicted this like 1 week in advance. And look what happened, guys. Look, that trade hit so sweet. Even I could have stayed in longer, but I didn't because I realized that at this level here, it would have been either a retest level or a reversal level. So instead of trying to grab the whole bag, I said, let me grab the bag that's available to me. So now what I want to look at now is another potential sell-off. Okay, another potential sell-off. That sell-off I am looking for a drop down to these levels here again. Okay, now this might not be a huge trade, but we can move this if we don't need that. We don't require that. But if you are a new trader, this is a very good risk to reward trade. And I'm going to explain why. Because these levels over here, where you can see my mouse flashing, these levels over here, the accumulation of money there has already been taken. So for it to go back to that level again, it might hit it once, but I'm looking for it to come back down to this level here, which obviously correlates with what's going on over here. Okay. So if we block this right here, we could actually call this area an area of liquidation. Okay. So I'm looking for it to come back down to this area here. So I'm going to show you something else as well. If we go to like the daily, this is on the 4-hour chart, but if we go to the daily, okay, I'm going to show you why I'm predicting this particular trade as well. So right now, although we are, it looks like we will go into the momentum for reversal for a buy. I personally would not say that this is actually a bull trend just yet. Okay, and there's a reason for that, because I'm looking at here. So let me just copy this. Let me clone that. I'm looking at this space here, okay, and this space right here, okay, does not tell me at this particular point that this is a bull market. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because we can scalp in this all day long, buy sells all day long. We can on the 15, we can get some heavy pips on the 15, on the 5, on the 30 minutes, etc., etc. But guys, I want you to get into the habit of something. I want you to get into the habit, and this is something I was a bit of a knucklehead with, and I had to learn it the hard way. The trend is your friend. Okay, the trend is your friend. If we are not in a bull market, try to avoid bullish trades. Okay. And I'm not talking about the experts that are trading maybe on the Omni app and all that sort of stuff. I'm talking about when you are learning this skill set, you want to start to build some particular habits. And one of them is the trend is your friend. Okay. If you're in a bearish market, look for bearish trades. What is a bearish market? It is selling off. What is a bullish market? It is buying up. Okay. If you have any problems remembering that, learn it how I learn it. Okay. A bull attacks with its horns going up. Okay. Bullish market. A bear attacks with its paws coming down. Bearish market, you're selling off. So for me here, I am looking at a sell-off to this point. So guys, I want you to take a screenshot. I'm going to put this as the 1-hour chart. And I want you to take a screenshot of this particular move. Now, what I would definitely say to you is, you want to be taking this trade on a demo account just so you can get the hang of understanding how the charts may flow. Okay. This is not an official trade. This is not a Silver Surfer trade or an educated trade. This is us just going through the charts, looking at and seeing what do we think is the next move. Okay. So now this particular chart could do this. Okay. So I need to move some stuff across the screen. It could do this. Okay. It could do this. Look, it could do this. It could do that. It could do that. It could do that. But ultimately, I'm hanging around in the ballpark because I'm just waiting for it to do what I believe it's going to do at some point in time. Okay. So that is one of the charts that I was going to look at in terms of what I'm looking forward to seeing a sell-off. There are a couple of others as well, but I want you guys to drop it in the chat. What charts do you want us to look at right now? Me and Silver Surf are going to analyze those charts together. So what charts do you want us to look at right now? Maybe you're in a trade, maybe you're not in a trade, maybe you're in a bit of drawdown, etc., etc. Just type in the group in the chat. What charts would you like us to look at right now?
Give everyone a little drum roll.
Yeah, I know. We it's like nobody wants the bag today. It's okay. It's okay, JT. We take all the backs. Okay.
So
We'll,
good.
we'll take their money as well. So, guys, is there a particular chart that you want me to look at? Okay, so just as gold. Okay, cool. Let's look at gold. Gold is looking like it wants to come down, but it's not coming down. Okay, so gold is here somewhere. Where are you, gold? Not BTC, you want gold. Okay, so I'm going to give you more my long-term perspective of gold, and I've seen this before. Okay, so I'm talking from knowledge of seeing it before. When gold is on a bullish run, it runs at like 250,000 miles an hour. Okay, nobody can stop it. But when gold has to calm down and go and reverse onto a bearish trend, it takes forever. Okay, it takes forever. So this is my humble prediction, and I'll pass it to JT, let him chime in as well. My humble prediction is that eventually, okay. And I was talking with another trader today, and he said to me, "No way, it's going to come back down here." Eventually, I'm looking to come down to at least around this level. Okay, eventually. Now, what's going to happen is this. For some reason, everybody seems to over leverage on gold. Okay, I don't know what it is about gold. You want to over leverage, right? So you're going to get caught out on these little moves like this, thinking, oh yeah, gold's going back up and then it comes back down. Oh yeah, gold's going back up and it comes back down. Gold's going back up and then it comes back down. Guys, you're going to get caught out on these moves all of the time. All of the time. That's why I always say trade it with the trend. Now you can clearly see that now this is starting to formulate what? A downtrend. Okay. Yeah, we had the head pop out a little bit there for a bit of a fake out. But you can clearly now start to see that we are heading for where? A downtrend. Okay. And this is on the 1 hour. We've had the bounce. There's a turncoat there. Retest the turncoat, retest the turncoat, and now we're looking for more of a some downward action. JT, what's your thoughts on this, my bro?
If I'm honest, exactly the same as yours. I saw like where you thought it was going to come down to, and I thought to myself, this near enough the same. I'll probably say where you've got your cursor at the moment. If you look to the left, you can see where the previous, yeah, right there. That's the previous area of price action right there. So if it did come down, I'd say it'll come down to there. Yeah, around that range there. And then it will come back up to where it is now to retest there. But as you said, fake out. I call it fake out till it makes out. It will pretend it's going to go there until it's ready to go there.
I like that one.
But yeah, we're basically in line with that there as well. I'll probably say if it was going to do that move, it might start to do that move around. What chart is that now? You got the one.
That's the 1 hour. 1 hour.
I'll probably say in the next 4 hours from now, four to 8 hours, it will start to come down there. And then as the London session opens tomorrow around 6, 7 o'clock, well, when the actual markets actually open, like business is actually running, you'll start to see it will start to go back up for a buy then for a little while. That's what I reckon anyway.
Yeah, that's it's the same sort of narrative for me as well. And guys, I was on a call. Powell was doing. Powell, he looks after the Feds and the reserves and all that. Very very powerful guy in the States. He was on a call on a Q&A, and he was talking about the long-term stability of inflation and their plan of cutting inflation, making it healthy, making it more long-term, stretching it, and so on and so on. Now, when that type of action starts to happen, if he does do what he says he's going to do, you will then start to find that the US dollar will gain strength. The US dollar will gain strength. That will be good for import. It'll be good for employment. It'll be good for all of these types of things. But then what happens with that is that gold may take a back seat. It may take a back seat because mostly people are either utilizing their money in either or areas. Hence why when gold moves, Bitcoin might move, or Ripple might move. When gold moves, the US dollar might move because multimillionaires, they consistently keep moving their money around. Billionaires are moving their money around to get the best ROI in their investments, basically. Yeah, so that's what I will be looking out for gold. We've got time. We've got that 10 minutes for another chart because I know there's some company calls that you guys might want to get onto. Is there any other charts that you want us to have a look at? Feel free to take a screenshot of this chart as well. Is there any other charts that you guys want us to have a look at? Guys, don't be shy. This is your time to really engage on this trading journey. So let me know. Is there any other charts that you guys
Oh,
want us to look at?
good
I will
choice.
on my side. Go Silver. That's on you, bro. I'm gonna stop sharing, man. That's all you, bro. Let me stop sharing. I'm gonna pass to you.
All right, no problem. Well, I think I know why Giselle's put that one in. It's because I've actually called it out on the TNT app. So if anyone actually wants to jump in that one at any point, I can actually show you where the price is currently right now, and I can show you where we're looking for the price to go. I will share my screen quickly. One moment. There we go. All right, let's head right for silver. Right now, you can see this is currently on the 4-hour chart. So over the last call it day or so, the price has been coming back up from around the previous activation zone, and you can see that it's actually come back to this price action zone again. So basically, what it's done here is effectively gone down, and it's come back to retest. And I have actually called this out on a sell. So I'll show you what we're looking at right now. Now, let me get a short position. Oh, also, just to let you know, I know Jermaine touched on the terms for bullish and bearish. So bullish meaning the price is going up, and bearish meaning the price is coming down. Another term which is coincides alongside it is long position, short position. Long is the same as bearish, so you're looking for the price to go up. Short is bearish, and you're looking for the price to come down. So right now, similar to gold as well, as you previously marked up, it's got a similar market structure because gold and silver do move quite similar, not exactly the same, but they have a similar structure. So I'm going to go from where I had called this out, which was around here. And let me stretch this out. So this is how you use this chart here. So you can stretch it out for whatever time frame you like, whether you want it to be short or long, depending on the time frame you want, or predict it to happen. And then you can stretch it down to where you want to go to. And I'll suggest the bottom part of the green line will be to where you want your TP3. So the TP3 that I'd called out is down here. Oh no, sorry. Where am I going? Down here. So 33.150-ish. Let's get just nearby. Just for the purpose, we'll get nearby there. So the bottom here, that's our TP3. And I'd said that our stop loss was 39.50. So let's just get nearby. So 33.950. Let's get it there for now. Now coming here for the horizontal line tool. And our TP1 is 33.5000, which is actually right here. So that line's already here. So this line here, that's TP1. TP2 was or is 33.333, which is here. And then TP3 is 33.150, which is here. Now, bro, if you can chime in with this, what do you think yourself personally on that in terms of the markup? Do you? It's like I mentioned, it's starting to have that same market structure as gold as you just marked up. Do you? What's your thoughts on this as well?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. And to be honest with you, if you look at that short drop, um, even from just looking at it from a Fibonacci point of view, I don't want to go over that tool because I know it can confuse people. That does look roughly about a 61.8 retracement. So we should be looking for the decline from there anyway. If it doesn't happen, then so be it. But, just going from general practice, I would definitely say from a technical standpoint, we should be seeing a sell-off.
Well, we're thinking on the same lines there as well. The only thing I would say to be wary about with this trade is that obviously there's 3 lots of news that's going to happen within the next 24 to 48 hours or so. So the markets might then start to reverse a little bit, play on a few people's emotional heartstrings, but it should still follow suit and come down for the sell. It might not necessarily come all the way down to TP3, but everyone should be able to secure the bag on at least TP1 and 2 at least. And what I'll do is I'll actually show everyone how to check how many pips you'll make. So from here, run by entry, we're looking for TP1, looking at 19.99 pips. So I'll call it around the 20 pip mark for TP1. But on here it will show with silver being a commodity, the decimal place is actually moved over 1, so we'll actually show as 200 pips. We'll go over that over another session in terms of the differences between pips between Forex currency pairs and commodity pairs as well, and also indices as well, because there are differences to how the pips are worked out. I'm just summarizing it. So it'll be 200 pips, aka 20 pips. TP2 is 367 pips or 37.6, depending on how you want to look at that. And TP3 is 566, aka 56.6 pips. Now, in comparison to the risk, which is our stop loss, it's 28.6 or 286. So that is your markup there in regards to how silver is for the trade that I have called out on the TNT app. And also, just to highlight, this is also based on the 4-hour chart. Now, actually, with the difference with the 4-hour chart, the 1-hour chart, it's not necessarily the time frame that the trade's going to happen in that time. It's just a case of, oh, I don't know if you noticed the market just opened then. There we go. It's what it is when you're looking at the charts on the 4-hour time frame. Each candle represents the price movements within the last 4-hour time frame or the current 4-hour time frame. If I was to drop this now to the 1-hour chart, you notice the candles are a little bit smaller, but each candle here will then represent the price action over the course of each hour. The same goes for the 30-minute chart. Any chart you're looking on, it represents the price action within this time frame that you select. Me personally, I like to also look on like yourself, Jay, the day chart. It gives you a broader picture on what's going to happen over the course of the whole day, and this is generally how I trade myself. Me previously being a painter and decorator by trade, I couldn't really be stopping all the time, putting the paintbrush down, washing my hands to go, then quickly put on a trade or close a trade or check the charts. So I'd put my trades on first thing in the morning, and then I'll carry on with my day, come back when I finish work, and then I'll check the charts. It's actually similar to how I do trades now. I still trade like that, and you'll tend to find you'll make more pips or points in percentages. For those that might not know what the term pips means, you'll tend to find you make more over the course of a whole day than in a short hour time frame. But what you can do is within the course of that time frame, for those who might be or are a bit more experienced that like to scalp in between, you can actually use each of the TPs, as you know, to narrow down through the course of the day what's going to happen. If you think it's going to come down, then you narrow the time frame down to the 4 hours, and then you narrow it down again. And this helps you to narrow down and refine and define the price at which you enter the market. So like with the trades that gets called out on the app, or when we have bonus signals in the group, this helps us to narrow down the timing on which we get in. Can go down as far as like 5 minutes, 1 minute, just to get that correct entry there. And I hope that's answered a few questions for everyone there on that. I'm going to quickly unshare my screen. I'm also conscious of time as well, because I know we also have another call as well. But yeah, I hope everyone that answered a few questions and everyone gained some knowledge from that. Is there anything else you wanted to chime in with as well, bro?
Yeah, so guys, I hope you really got some great insight in terms of how we look at the chart. And it's not just a matter of fact of just pulling up a chart and drawing a few lines. There's a method to the madness. And this is something that I really want you guys to engage in. This is something that I want you to become experts in. You are not here to pay a subscription just to observe, guys. You're here to pay a subscription to play in the arena, to play the game. Okay. So if you're not already on here making some money, Your objective for this month is to see how you can make some money, regardless if that's in your demo account or in your live account. You want to make sure that you're able to press the button, whether it's buy or sell, press the button. Just before we jump off, guys, look, I want to make sure that everybody um, is aware of the convention education day. So, guys, look, we have a convention roughly in about 50 something, 55 days or something like that. And there's going to be an education day. So, guys, where you see the mouse just flashing right there, this is your education day ticket. Okay, this is all going to be around the educational side of the business, and that gets you into most rooms. Now, there is a VIP ticket that gets you to the VIP party, etc., etc. But the educational day, I believe, is going to be the most powerful part of this whole experience, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the mindset, the faith, the belief, it's going to take you some time to really get that at a high level. It's going to take you some time. But what you learn at the education day, you can apply immediately. If the guy says to you or the lady says to you, put your stop loss here, put your TP here, and so on and so on, even though you might not know what you're doing, you can apply it immediately. So, guys, those who are going to a convention, please, please, please get your ticket ASAP. We're going to have all the educators there. Silver Surfer's going to be there. So make sure you have your convention ticket ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. Guys, just for time purposes, I'm very conscious. We are going to bring this call to a close. And next week we have something so impactful. We have a guest coming onto the call next week. So I really encourage each and every one of you to not only be on the call yourself, but also make sure that you have a buddy with you, someone that's new into the business, somebody that's been into the business but that is not moving, that wants to learn it, but there's some fear factors or whatever they're dealing with. Make sure they're on the call. Okay, we have a special guest coming onto the call, and I don't want to say who it is. I don't want to say who it is. But when this person, I don't even want to say if it's a he or a she, but when this person comes onto the call, make sure you got your trading app open ready because they might be calling a trade live on the call. So, guys, look, let's pack this out next week, Tuesday. Not this 28 people on the call. We need the 50 to 75 people on the call getting this bag. So, guys, look, thank you so much for being here with us. My name is Jermaine, and we'll see you next Tuesday. I'm out. Let's go.
Let's go.